let's take a look at the information we see in this report and let's go over what it means. So I did block out the, I blotted out the name of the client just so we can keep privacy. So let's take a look. So first thing is organic sessions. And what you want to do is you want to look at a trend. Now, organic sessions are just when somebody types something into Google and wound up on your website. And that could be, you know, dentist near me or doctor near me or whatever it happens to be, you know, dental crowns, whatever term it is, someone typed it into Google, saw your website on the list of results, and then clicked that and wound up on your website. That is what this information is. Obviously, we are now towards the end of November, so this is incomplete. So there's a week left in November, so hopefully we'll get a little up there. Now, what you have to look at here is, again, what does our trend look like? Is it consistent? You know, over here we had a little bit of a drop, August to September, but that's the end of the summer. And does your practice usually have that kind of drop? You have to look and see how this works with your usual numbers. And then over here, you know, based on your appointments and this and that, you know, what do these numbers look like? And now over here, again, are any of these seasonal? So in any case, so looking over here, I'm not so concerned about this number because let's take a look at the end of the month. And we might see in December, as people try and use their insurance, that number might go up or it might go down, you know, because they're on vacation. So, but this is fairly consistent with what I want to be. I'd want to know what happened in September, but in general, we're looking consistent. So that's something good. Now, top sessions by city. Now, what this is telling us is where people came to the website from what towns. And so if this person is in Knoxville, that's great. That's what they want. Same thing with Nashville, Farragut, Atlanta. So when you look at the top 5 in your report, you're going to see, do these locations make sense? And oftentimes, you know, what you want to see is the top 1, 2, and 3 should be somewhere near your, you know, local area. And if they're not, that's something we have to investigate. Now, not set, you can thank Google for that. Sometimes there are just people that are just not going to have their location turned on, or Google is just not going to report it. There's not much we can do about that. Now let's talk about conversion events by channel. So now let's talk about conversion events by channel. So what is a conversion? A conversion is just when somebody takes an action on the website that we want to note. That's important to us. And so certainly you could have, you know, clicks on your phone number, or you could have, let's now take a look at conversion events by channel. So first let's define what's a conversion. A conversion is simply when something happens on your website that you want to track that has some kind of value to you or to the practice. So knowing that someone loaded the homepage or loaded your about page, okay, I'm not sure what actionable information we could get from that. But if we look at the thank you page for your contact form, so that says to me that's an important conversion because that means someone is interacting with the website. So when I see a conversion on the thank you page, that says to me that someone, the only way to get to that thank you page is through your contact form. So someone must have gone to the contact form and then they must have submitted that request. And so I know that I have on this website 11 conversions. Now this is a specialty practice, just for whatever it's worth. So those numbers are going to be lower than a general practice, let's say. But so I can see here, of those contact form submissions, 11 of them came from organic search and 8 of them came from direct search. And what that means to me is that 8 people basically typed in the website name directly and then went to submit a contact request, probably an existing patient. Organic search, most likely a not an existing patient. So you'd want to say here, hey, well, take a look. Let's see, you know, let's look at these requests. So at this point, we can come down by month. And by channel, in this case, we only have organic and direct. We didn't get any, you know, referral traffic for that conversion, which meaning so there wasn't a website that sent us traffic, maybe an insurance website or something like that. We're not doing pay-per-click, so we don't have that, you know, as a source here, as a channel of a conversion, and we're not doing call tracking. So I'll show you a case next that does have call tracking and the information it can give us. But let's take a look by month now, because at the end of the day, I want to know, is whatever we're doing working to generate new patients in the practice? And are the patients worth it? So we can see here, May had 2, June had 1, and we can scroll, and you can see these. So we're getting about, what, 4, you know, a month, let's say? So, you know, this we had to ramp up a little bit, and again, we need more data here. But the question is now we can go back and say, okay, in July you had 6 contact requests. What were they? In August you had 3. In September you had 5. Now notice here, this is interesting. July had 151 organic sessions, 6 contact requests. August, 131 sessions, 3 contact requests. So what's the ratio? So you could look at that and see, what are the percentages. And so here in September, even though we had, let's say, almost half the traffic is July, we still had 5 contact requests. So that's telling me is that the traffic that we got in September, even though it's less traffic, was better. Now, so can I look at these numbers and make any real determinations? Not really. When I look at these numbers, I can. Because now I can say to you, okay, look at July, look at these contact requests from the website, and look in the email, in your email for the office. What were these? Were they people looking to sell you services, or were they people who became new patients? Or were they potential new patients? Because I want to know that. So let's say in September you had 5 potential new patients, but then for whatever reason they never booked their appointments, or they never showed up, or they were never followed up. And I am not blaming the front desk at all here, because it takes a whole team to do it right, and a whole team to do it wrong. So, but I just want to know here, and we're not pointing fingers, just to say, okay, if we had 5 contact requests, and let's say 3 of them were legit patients, did we schedule them? What was the revenue from these patients? Because I could tell you, if we had 78 organic sessions in September, and from that we got 5 contact requests, 3 of them were new patients at a value of, $3,000 for the year, or, for the treatment plan, then I'm going to want to do more of whatever I was doing to get that traffic and get these people in September. I'm going to want to do more of that. Same thing here in November. I want to know what these contact requests were, and did they become patients? And again, what was the revenue? If these were 6 people who wanted an appointment, but they all wanted to know if you take XYZ insurance and you don't, then that's those are conversions, but those are not the conversions we want. So what we need to do is put on that contact form that says, hey, we don't take X, Y, and Z insurance, because we want to focus this website down so your time and your staff's time is spent following up on leads, on new patient leads that will actually pan out as new patients. So that's what this chart looks like. You could certainly expand this data and go to the year and see more than that, but I really just want to focus this on the conversion events by channel and by the month, so you can break it down like we did. What you might also see is an appointment form conversion, depending on what you have on your website. On this website, we have a thank you page conversion. We don't have an appointment form because their appointments are scheduled with a third-party app. So you might also see here that we have, appointment conversion as well. So in the next video, I want to go over what it looks like when we have call tracking in place, because that's really going to open up a lot of information for us.